You know that moment when you walk into the room and your cat's immediately giving you that full body stretch? It's like their way of saying, "Oh, hey there." But wait, why do they always do it? It's not just some lazy cat move. Nope. There's actually a lot going on behind that stretch, and it's way more than just a sign of relaxation. Believe it or not, your kitty's stretching when they see you is packed with secret messages. Curious to know what they're really trying to tell you? But before we dive in, why not subscribe and join our community for more awesome tips and cat care insights? You won't want to miss out. Here's the good news. When your cat stretches, it's usually a sign of positivity, especially when they spot you nearby. It's like a little love letter wrapped in fur, showing the bond you share. Now, let's jump into the first reason they might go for that full stretch as soon as you walk in. It's an invitation to play. I know this one pretty well. When our kitties are in the mood to play, they'll stretch like little yogis. They're not sleepy or ready for a nap. Instead, they're coming over to show you they're ready to have some fun. You might even notice them leaning against you or gently using their paws on something nearby, just to keep things gentle. Phew, no claws. And if that stretch doesn't quite get the attention they want, get ready for the nagging meow. It's their way of saying, "Hey, play with me already?" But don't worry, most of the time, they'll make sure you get the hint by bringing their favorite toy over as a direct signal. Reason 2, it's a greeting. That stretch is actually your cat's way of saying, "Hey, great to see you." It's like a little feline handshake, only cuter. You'll often hear a chirp or trill along with it, those high-pitched, unfinished meows that cats use as their "I'm friendly" noise. When your cat does this, it means they're relaxed, content, and genuinely happy to see you. In fact, there's even a cat who stretches right before mealtime, because they've learned to link that stretch with the excitement of food. It's almost like their own little pre-feast ritual. But hold on, this stretch might be hinting at something else even deeper, which is reason 3, deep trust. We all know cats can be a bit cautious. In the wild, they're both hunters and prey, so they're always on high alert. It's not easy for them to fully relax unless they feel totally safe. When your cat greets you with a big, lazy stretch, especially one that shows their belly, it's honestly a huge compliment. The belly is their most vulnerable spot, so when they expose it, they're saying, "I trust you completely." On the flip side, if your cat isn't feeling totally comfortable, you'll usually see them jump up and move away rather than stretching. That stretch is basically their way of saying, "I'm totally chill, and I know I'm safe with you." But wait, trust isn't the only reason they stretch. Sometimes it's simply because your cat just had a good nap. Let's be real, cats love their naps. In fact, they can sleep anywhere from 12 to 16 hours a day. And just like us humans need a good stretch when we wake up, cats do the same to shake off that sleepy feeling. So when your kitty stretches as soon as they see you, it might just mean they had a solid nap, and now that you're around, they're ready for the next thing. Maybe a little play, some attention, or just to hang out. For this kind of stretch, you'll see them extend their legs and tail, arch their backs, and sometimes even raise their bum high in the air. It's their way of getting ready for some action. And speaking of getting ready, here's another reason your cat stretches when they see you. Reason 5, preparing their muscles. You know how we humans stretch our necks or crack our knuckles when we're gearing up for something? I know I do it after sitting in front of a computer all day, just trying to shake off that stiffness before tackling the next task. Well, cats aren't quite the same. They don't stretch to intimidate anyone, but I'd be lying if I said I've never seen my cat's "I'm ready for battle" pose. When your cat sees you, and they give that big stretch, it's their way of getting ready for some fun. Whether it's petting, playtime, or even mealtime, they're prepping their muscles and making sure they're all limbered up for the good stuff ahead. It's kind of like they're saying, "All right, game on, ready to play or just spend time with you." And honestly, who doesn't love the feeling of knowing your cat's about to bring some excitement into the room? The next reason is something you might not expect. Cats stretch to mark their territory. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Cats and their little turf wars, right? But hold on. It's not like your cat's getting ready to start a fight over space. What they're really doing is claiming you as their own. It's like their way of saying, "Yep, this spot, this person, mine." Cats have scent glands in their paws, so when they stretch, they leave their signature scent behind. It's not aggression, it's all about ownership. Think of it as their personal stamp of approval on your relationship. And who's going to argue with that? Reason 7, trying to be cute and get your attention. As if stretching for playtime wasn't enough, cats have another little trick up their sleeve, stretching to grab your attention. It's like they're putting on a performance to charm you into giving them exactly what they want: a treat, a belly rub, or maybe even a few extra snuggles. And trust me, you'll know when it's happening. That stretch won't be a solo act. It'll come with all the bonus moves: trilling, chirping, making intense eye contact, kneading, and maybe even reaching out with those adorable paws of theirs. It's hard not to notice, and even harder to ignore those cute little signals they send your way. Reason 8. They're in heat. Here's a reason that's specific to female cats. When they're in heat, stretching can be part of their behavior. During this time, female cats are driven by hormones that make them ready to mate. So, if your female cat is stretching a lot, it could be a sign she's going through this natural cycle. You'll often see her rubbing against furniture or even licking herself, all part of the hormonal changes happening. And, yes, stretching her rear end in the air is another way cats signal they're in heat. Especially if a male cat is nearby, though sometimes she might do it just because. It's a bit awkward, but it's just how her body is responding to those natural instincts. So, if you notice your female cat suddenly being extra stretchy or acting differently, this could be the reason behind it. Reason 9. It aids digestion. While the exact science is still a bit unclear, there's some evidence that stretching certain muscles can help with energy metabolism and gastrointestinal function. After your cat eats a big meal, especially if they eat too quickly or don't chew much, they can sometimes struggle to move that food through their digestive system. That's where stretching comes in. By stretching, your kitty helps things move along in their gut, easing digestion and aiding gastrointestinal transit. So, if you've noticed your cat stretching a lot more than usual, it might be their way of helping with digestion. Stretching can actually help move food through their system. But if the stretching seems excessive, or if they're showing signs of discomfort, like vomiting or just not acting like themselves, it could mean there's a blockage, something that needs attention. If you're worried, it's always a good idea to take them to the vet just to be safe. Better to check it out than to wonder, right? But do our cats stretch when they're unhappy or stressed? Here's something I didn't expect. Cats sometimes stretch to relieve stress. Yep, stretching actually releases endorphins, which help them feel better and more relaxed. After a tense run-in with another feline, stretching is like their way of shaking off all that leftover aggression. But if you're wondering, could my cats stretch around me mean I'm stressing them out? Don't worry, not at all. Cats stretch more when they're emotionally out of balance, but if you were causing stress, they'd likely hide or show other signs like excessive grooming or loss of appetite. Should we help our cats stretch? I'll admit, I'm a little jealous of how flexible my cat is when I see them stretching, and you might wonder if you should join in. Can you give your cat a nudge to help them stretch? It's a bit of a tricky question, but here's the deal. A little assistance can actually be a fun bonding moment. Cats love routine, and they'll likely enjoy the extra attention. To help, gently lift your cat's front legs while they're sitting and stretch them upward, holding the pose for 5 seconds. Just keep an eye on how they react. Some cats will love it, while others might not be so keen on the idea. If they seem reluctant or uncomfortable, stop right away. The goal is to make it a fun, positive experience, not stress them out. What are the reasons you think your cat stretches when seeing you? Does it purr, chirp, trill, or ask for food, or maybe even want to be picked up? I'd love to hear your experiences. Drop a comment below and share what you've noticed about your kitty's stretching habits. If you had fun discovering more about your cat's unique behaviors, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more feline insights right here on the Unbeatable Cat. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.